Hey Scorpio, how's it going? We are here with your reading about what you need to know for September. We are starting off first with the Ace of Cups. And Seven of Cups. Okay. Ace of Cups shows there being a lot of potential. Seven of Cups shows that there's not... it's like it hasn't chosen a particular path. It feels kind of like something presenting itself to you, or you connecting with something and not knowing exactly where it's going to go. And so there are like a lot of different ways that something can unfold. Like maybe this is going to happen, maybe that's going to happen, maybe this is going to happen over there. But it feels like none of them you like know will happen more than anything else. It feels very much like it's like there are a couple different paths in front of you and you're told that you're going to be walking down one of them, but you don't know which one of them yet. And so you know that you are going to be walking down one of those paths, but like as far as from your perspective, it could be this one, it could be that one, it could be that one over there. So there is something that has potential. You just don't know what that potential is yet. You feel like it's something though. I get this sense of I'm trying to tap into more of a clear understanding of this. I'm seeing the High Priestess here. Yeah, Seven of Cups is feeling like all of these different options that are thrown out in front of you. Having the High Priestess here, this is the part of you that's trying to tune into, well, which one is it going to be? Like it's like your path is under one of these, but you're trying to figure out which one of these it's actually under. And the High Priestess is feeling like that part of you that will tune in to figure that out, like which one of these is mine. Because you do have one here with the Ace of Cups. It's like you do have one of the cups. But over here, it's like, well, which one is mine? I know one of them is mine, but which one is mine? And then the High Priestess feels like potentially even the method that you would be using to figure this out. High Priestess can be like taking esoteric means into your own hands. High Priestess is about your intuition, your judgment, your feelings that you're getting, what you're sensing about this. Which path will you feel happy about? Maybe that's part of the question of what you're navigating here. Maybe you're trying to decide which path would be the best one for you to take so you get like the best outcome, but you can feel like there's not a by the book answer here. This is something that you have to tune into to sort of give you your answer. And as the High Priestess is connected with the moon, it's connected with your soul and what your soul is like. You'll be happiest doing this, you know, like the guidance that you would get from it. And that can be something that just right now you're trying to tune into because maybe you feel like a little bit unsure. This looks like it could potentially turn into... This can turn into a relationship, an official relationship, if it's not official already. It doesn't only have to be like that, though. Having the Ace of Cups, it can mean something that you're choosing to connect with, something or someone that you're choosing to connect with. And having Four of Wands there, it can show a time where like you're really going to enjoy being involved with that. It can show a time where you had to do a bunch of stuff before you got to this point. It can be something that you're connecting with that actually feels I'm getting the word rudimentary, but not in a way where something is simplistic. It feels more so like something would be foundational for you within your life. Like, it's something that you can lean on. It would be something like that. Something that would feel good for you to have. And this can be something that remains in your life too. You may get uncomfortable just because of the ambiguity of this. Maybe there's also some emotional stuff in general that you're dealing with. Something that I'm seeing here is if you had been in an emotional space or frame of mind that you had been like having a really hard time moving away from something in the past, what I'm seeing is that there's a breakthrough here. What this can mean too is that like maybe a new energy, like new energies weren't really presenting themselves to you, and now can be the time where this actually happens. Ace of Cups will be a significant connection that you make. It's a significant connection that you make within yourself, and it can also be with another person or another thing. So there can be a material side of this because it's time for this to be happening now. This will feel very significant, especially if you've been going through some stuff where you've been processing things, where you've been really trying to tune in, really trying to tap in, and there's just been stuff that you've been dealing with that maybe you didn't want confusing situations, and they were. Maybe you wanted clarity and that's not what you were getting, or you were still processing something that had happened and still trying to make sense of that and feeling like, why is this going on? What I'm seeing is that, so yeah, if you'd been feeling like a lot of disappointment, a lot of heaviness, a lot of sadness, things that you'd been mourning and could have felt like, is this all there is to feel? Is there anything else to feel? I don't think that that's all you're feeling. Seven of Cups leading into Five of Cups feels like Five of Cups, that sadness, that heaviness is just one of the many things that's going on for you. Maybe it's the thing that it's easiest for you to recognize that. But it could have felt like, based off of what you were going through, not feeling connected with your Ten of Cups, which is like, oh, I'm feeling good with the way that things are. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling like things are right. I'm feeling at peace within myself. But now I'm seeing there be a breakthrough where that's actually happening. So that is the forecast for September. You could have really been in a bit of a slump, and you could have felt like you could have been trying to tune in and figure out, how do I work my way through this? Because the High Priestess is when you tune into yourself and you're trying to figure out what's going on with me emotionally, what's happening with me intuitively. Are there signs that I'm getting that I need to pay attention to? Have I been putting my soul or putting my heart in some way on the back burner? And it can be a time where, because of what you were facing, because of what was going on, having to bring all of this to the front and really look into it. And the High Priestess is getting back in touch with that part of yourself that knows you so deeply and feels like there was a well of emotions that you had to go through, and you could have been feeling like what had been going on was that you were only feeling like the low things. But then I'm seeing the Ten of Cups, so it doesn't feel like that. It feels like you've connected with something different now. You're connected with something else now, or like there's more to it. It feels like Five of Cups turns into Ten of Cups. And this could have been something that was just, there was a lot going on within, for some of you, a relationship that you have, for some of you, a marriage that you have. Having Seven of Cups can be like, I'm going through the motions. I'm experiencing a lot of different emotions. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling nothing. It's like a whole big emotional process that was unfolding. And then based off of what was going on, you could have just been feeling upset. You could have been feeling unstable. And there can definitely be something about that. Like, why is there ambiguity here with something that's supposed to be secure within my life? Because Four of Pentacles, or it's not Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands is feeling like the four pillars, the four walls, the foundation of something that I can stand on solidly, that I don't have to worry about. An Ace of Cups can be a renewal, like you feel a renewed sense of connection to that thing that maybe you hadn't been feeling in that place. So it, like Ace of Cups, it can be, if you have like nobody in your life that you're thinking of when I say that, there can be somebody new that's coming through, or there can be a new activity that's coming through. For those of you that, some of you already have a relationship that this is associated with, but you could have been feeling disconnected. You could have just been, or connected in a way that you didn't want to be. You could have been going through a time that just felt very disruptive based off of what was going on, what you were feeling, as you are sensitive and you feel so deeply. So for those of you that this has to do with a relationship that you're already involved in, it looks like there was a lot of turmoil, a lot of like disappointment, just a lot of everything that was going on. Could have been like, I love you so much, I hate you so much, I'm so happy right now, I'm so disconnected right now, I'm so annoyed with you right now. Like just all of these different things that have been going on, and then feeling upset about that. Feeling disappointed just about the way that things are. And maybe it's a separate thing, maybe it's part of everything, maybe it's all connected. What this feels like coming back for those of you that there's already an arrangement that you have with somebody, having Ace of Cups above means that there can be a renewed sense of connection that you feel with this person. And it can feel the way that it's supposed to be, like, now I'm seeing the potential within our relationship that I was not seeing before. Now I'm feeling like things are okay. Now I'm feeling happy. Now I'm feeling content. Now I'm feeling at peace with things. And this does feel like a breakthrough. And you could have been like, what's going to happen is that, am I going to experience the breakthrough? I do get this sense too, like, it feels like something really important with the Seven of Wands and the High Priestess. It feels like having to work with a part of yourself that is in tune, that is sensitive, that is connected emotionally, and having to work through a time that's felt troubling, can feel difficult, can feel confusing, can feel upsetting, disorienting. And like, how do you work with yourself and be present to yourself and attentive to yourself while you're going through something like that? Looking at the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, this feels like it's time for connection to happen, when before it could have felt like a lot of that not happening. Could have felt like a lot of missing each other, a lot of mixed feelings in general, mixed feelings, mixed emotions, but then feeling like the overall sense of that is, I don't want this, I don't like this, I don't like how this is. But then there's something here about the part of you that is the High Priestess, which is like your higher self, your wise mind, whatever you want to call it. Having Seven of Wands feels like you had to trust a very deep part of yourself here about what it is that you're doing, even though something within the environment or even your emotional experience could have been on some really rocky shores. And so stuff could have been like up and down and all over the place, and then it's going this way and then it's going that way, and you could have felt like you were getting really seasick energetically, emotionally. But having Seven of Wands and having the High Priestess feels like this really strong element of self-trust, this place that you're in with yourself. And maybe this is something that reconnected you with this. Maybe before you were disconnected from the part of you that is the High Priestess, and this situation forced you to have to get back connected with that. So if there had been things going on where like you put things emotionally for yourself on the back burner, the things that you love, the things that you care about, or just like what's going on in your emotional life, what your soul is feeling. It feels like this thing encouraged you to strengthen that aspect of your connection and your self-trust. And ultimately what I'm seeing is like a very like happy ending here, but it's not just an ending, it's a beginning. To have the Ace of Cups and to have Ace of Swords, it feels like, now finally, like, we aren't just like complete, like two aliens to one another. This feels like there's a sense, there's a line of connection between you and this thing, or you and this person, that comes back where you feel like you've struck gold again, in a way where you could have been mining and mining and mining and not finding anything. And this is that moment where you see there's actually more to pull from. There's more out there. You didn't run out. I get even like feeling this sigh of relief here. Seeing Jupiter on the bottom of the deck, I do feel like something is getting easier for you. I do get the sense too, like this may have to do with, it can have to do with your 4th house. It can have to do with some of you, your sun. It can have to do with your moon, especially. I'm seeing a prominence of moon energy here with the High Priestess and also Jupiter. They could have something going on with one another, where it can feel like before the signal that was being sent out was really weak, and now something has really strengthened. So yeah, maybe even now you're feeling this, during the month of September, I'm seeing there be this sense of connection that was really lacking before, where you feel really good with something, really happy with something, even with the 10 of Cups here. And this does feel like a breakthrough that you could have really been seeking, could have really been hoping for this, and now is the time where that happens. And it does feel too like you're not just in that heaviness anymore. This is a breakthrough through that as well. And it was a lot that you had to put up with too, it seems. Like there could have been something that you were really fighting for. There could have been something that you really had to show up for. And it could have been like during a time that there was a lot of turmoil, there was a lot of confusion, there was a lot of, I don't know what's going on right now, what's happening. Could have felt very uncomfortable. And now I'm seeing the breakthrough finally taking place. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.